Hello everyone, Chris Johnson here with a fun video explaining the invisible ball trick. Check this out. I'm going to show you something. Right now, I have a paper bag. And inside this paper bag right now is a whole lot of nothing. But I've got something I'm going to put inside this paper bag. Inside my pocket, I have, yes, an invisible ball. And I know it doesn't look like much. Even if I get close to the camera, you can't see anything. But if you watch really closely, I throw it up in the air. You're gonna hear it fall right into the bag. Let's try that again. Take that ball out. Throw it up high in the air. That's crazy. Isn't that weird? And it doesn't look like there's anything in there at all. But inside, an invisible ball. And in actuality, there's nothing inside the bag at all. Now, how does this work? This works with a couple of different things. There's a sound part to this that makes it work. That's the biggest part. And there's also a visual part of it. Let me explain the first part. For this, you need a paper bag. A lunch bag works out just fine. I really like these. And that's all you need. That's all you need. And this looks good over the internet, too. So when you're throwing the ball into the bag, what you're doing is this. I'm going to turn around so you can see my fingers. I'm going to get close to the camera here. Your first two fingers go into the back of the bag like this. That's how you're holding the bag. Your thumb is on the outside like this. Let me get my camera angle right here. And what I'm doing is I'm flicking my thumb across my fingertips. Let me take it out of the bag so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just flicking my thumb tip across the back of my fingers like this. That's all that I'm doing. Just kind of like a quick, here's that motion from another angle. You're just flicking your thumb across your fingers like this. Now, of course, that doesn't make any noise, but when you add the bag, so the bag is held between these two fingers on the inside of the bag with the thumb on the outside of the bag. I'm doing the same motion, and because the bag is there, it adds that nice noise. Same motion. You get this kind of cracking sound. Now from the back it doesn't look very good. Everybody can see what you're doing, but from the front, nobody can see what you're doing. That movement is invisible. That's a good angle. And we talked about angles in the book, but what's nice about this is online, virtual, no one's ever gonna see that. So you flick your finger and it sounds like something's landing in the bag, and when you're flicking, you can see as I'm flicking my thumb, it kind of makes the bag move a little bit, like there's something inside the bag, which is fantastic. Now here's the other thing. When you do this, you also want to act like you're doing what you're talking about. In other words, you want to make it look like you're holding something in your hand even though nothing is there. And people might think you're acting kind of silly, but it all helps with the illusion. You hold something in your hand, you get your muscles activated and make it look like you're really holding something. And then when you throw it up in the air, you follow it with your eyes. And right about the time it should land in the bag, that's when you flick the bag. And at the same time, you drop the bag a little bit, like something heavy is going inside the bag. So it's the hearing part of it. It fools people, and then the really big part of it is the throwing up in the air and following with your eyes. That's the acting. That takes a simple little trick into a really cool piece of magic. So one more time, you've got your invisible ball. Throw it up high in the air, and then you act like you catch it as you make that finger motion. And that flicking, once again, is just, you're just flicking your thumb across your fingers like this. Let me change my camera to like this. You've got your fingers like this. You're just flicking across your fingers like this while your finger is inside the bag. Just like that. Super simple magic trick. So now you can go on to the next magic trick and have fun with this.